Good morning, beautiful wives. We are here for day 2 of Wife After God, drawing closer to God and to your husband. So yesterday actually was day 2, but I forgot. So I didn't come and didn't do it. So we're doing day 2 today. And we'll do day 3 in a little bit. So, anyways, day 2 is called Marriage by Design. It's Psalm 139, 13 to 18, and Ephesians 5, 21 to 33. I'm going to read that first psalm with you, and then I'm going to leave you to read Ephesians 5, 21 to 33. So, Psalm 139, 13 to 18. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body, and you knit me together in my mother's womb. Thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous, and how well I know it. You watched me as I was being formed in utter seclusion, and I was woven together in the dark of the womb. You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed. How precious are your thoughts about me, O God. They cannot be numbered. I can't even count them. They outnumber the grains of the sand. And when I wake up, you are still with me. How beautiful is that? I love Psalm 139. And so this devotional today, well, from yesterday, is talking about how intentional God is when He created us, Like we're not an accident. The little things about us that we may love or not like at all, are not an accident. He was intentional when He created us, and He was intentional when He created our husband. He was intentional when He put us together. He was intentional in everything He did, So I love to think of it that way, because it's important to embrace the differences that we have with our husbands, I remember, and I may have shared this with you guys in our previous devotional, but I remember when my husband and I first started dating, subconsciously I wanted to make him like me, because the way that I think to me is so much better, than the way that he thinks. But and it's so different, right? The way that we think. But God intentionally put us together for a purpose, so that I can bring him my perspective and he can bring me his, and it's not about finding the happy medium. It's about understanding how each other is made and valuing how each other is made, and valuing the difference, like I don't need him to meet me in the middle for certain things. I need him to bring me his perspective from a place I have not seen yet, so that I can adjust my lenses and vice versa, So I love that about how God is so intentional, about how God puts us together for a purpose and a reason, because the things that I don't have, the things that I lack, my husband has, and it's just so beautiful how together it's so complete, and I'm sure that if you stop to think about how you and your husband come together as one, you're gonna see how complete you are together, and I just love that. So God designed men to have a deep need for respect and women to have a deep need for love, and this goes right along with what we were reading before, right? On our previous devotional that we did together. Because when we satisfy each other's need, then our marriage is happier, our marriage is prosperous, right? So I love this devotional today. And then there is a prayer for us to pray for our husbands, and there is a challenge. Take a moment to consider all the details that God thought about when He created you. Write down 5 things about yourself that are unique, and thank God for those details. Also, take the time to tell your husband today one reason why you respect him. I love this challenge for today. I love it. I always love to stop and ask God like more about myself, because every time I do that, I have a new revelation of his love for me. And every time I have a new revelation of his love for me, I can love others better, including my husband. So I really highly encourage you to take a look at this challenge, to take some time to spend with the Lord and ask him, what are 5 things, God, that you created about me that are so unique, that are so beautiful, that you love so much? And it might surprise you, whatever he tells you. And then there are 3 questions. I'm going to read it to you. Those are the journaling questions. Question number 1: in what ways does your husband show you love? So take some time to meditate on that and then journal it. Question number 2: what is one thing that makes it hard for you to respect your husband? And then number 3: what are some ways that you can show your husband respect? So those are the 3 questions, and I really encourage you to go even a step deeper. And on question number 2, where it says, what is one thing that makes it hard for you to respect your husband? And think about, is that about you or is that about him? Because it just might be that God is calling you to a step above in your personal growth and letting go of that thing being hard. Does that make sense? So I truly encourage you to go even that step deeper on that question number 2. So that was that for day 2, and I'll be back soon for day 3 to complete today's challenge, because this was yesterday's. Mwah. Love you all. Have a wonderful day.